2026. And I'm eating strawberries and frozen blueberries. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Oh, thanks for the like. Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, welcome, 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 welcome.
In a strawberry, anthocyanin is a natural plant pigment responsible for giving the fruit its vibrant red color. It belongs to a class of water-soluble compounds called flavonoids. When a strawberry ripens, it rapidly synthesizes these pigments, shifting from...
Hello, Cookie Man 2.0. I need to say, I like your name. Cookie Man? Cookie Man. Where are you from?
...green to white, and finally to bright red. Here is a breakdown of what they do and how they work within the fruit. 1. The color chemistry. The specific anthocyanin that dominates strawberries is called PELARGONIDIN 3-glucoside, which accounts for roughly 80% of their total anthocyanin content, along with smaller amounts of CYANIDIN 3-glucoside. The color of an anthocyanin actually changes depending on the pH level of its environment. In the highly acidic environment of a strawberry cellular vacuoles, these pigments naturally reflect bright red light. 2. Where it lives in the cell. As shown in the pathway diagram above, the strawberry builds these molecules through a chain reaction, the flavonoid pathway, during ripening. Once the final anthocyanin is created, it is transported and stored directly inside the vacuole, the large, fluid-filled storage bubble inside each plant cell. This fills the tissue with red color from the inside out. 3. Why the strawberry makes it. Strawberries do not just produce anthocyanins to look pretty. These compounds serve...
I'm hearing about anthocyanins. Gemini. Oh, does anyone have a VR headset? Because I do VR chat live streams. So if you want to join me in VR chat, just join or add Slither Green Tea. Like, add a friend like a regular way. Yeah. You're from India. Ooh. Spicy, spicy. Good food in India.
Vital biological purposes. Seed dispersal. The bright red color acts as a visual signal to birds and animals that the fruit is ripe, sweet, and ready to eat, which helps disperse the strawberry seeds. Sunscreen and defense. Anthocyanins protect the delicate plant tissues from UV light damage and act as a cellular defense mechanism against environmental stressors like cold temperatures or pathogens.
What's this? But Wanker King, ever wonder if the comet that hit the Earth and wiped out the dinosaurs was a spacecraft from the advanced human species that populated Earth? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think, like, I can easily imagine my ancestors or something, or our ancestors, like being on some sort of spacecraft crashing onto the Earth and being like, "Oh, I guess we're stuck here. Now what?" Kind of feels like that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, you like Sapphire Song? What's that? Cookie Man. Cookie Man. What's the Sapphire Song?
4. Nutritional value. From a nutritional standpoint, anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants. When you eat a strawberry, these compounds help neutralize free radicals.
Who's spamming and what are they spamming? KC K Craig Carpenter 01. Just spamming periods.
Stable molecules that can cause cellular stress in the body, which is a major reason why berries are highly regarded in nutritional science for supporting cardiovascular health and reducing inflammation.
So, Cookie's from India. The Anchor King, where are you from? Hi, Sean, BHG. Sometimes I work out. I mean, I do hiking. Like, pretty... Well, when I do hike, it's pretty intense. Or it can be. I don't know. It can be mild. It can be intense. I like to go on my elliptical. That's helpful. What else do I do? I was doing planks for a while. Kind of dropped out of doing that. Sean, where are you from? You love going jogging. Oh, good for you. Dirt is good. C8W. Bro got nerfed? What's nerfed? What is nerfed? Hey, thanks for the likes. Florida? Sean from Florida. Dirt is good. You're both from Florida? Maybe you're neighbors. Wow. It's nerfed. Lousy if you give up training. You know, that's a funny phrase, the word give up. I hear it too often. I think the phrase is, you're lousy if you quit training. But when you give up, it's like, here, I'm giving up. Here's some up that I'm giving. It just, every time I hear people say, don't give up, don't give up. It's like, what is this that you're giving up? What are you giving? What up is being given? It just sounds crazy to me, but it's so common. Oh, it's so weird. You're in Fort Myers, Florida. Dirt is good. Dodging what? Oh my gosh. That went in a different direction really quick. Yikes. Florida. Dirt is just making you look kind of crazy. What are you talking about? Admit what? Dodging what? That's so funny. Okay. These strawberries from Save On Foods are disgusting. But I noticed that the bag says grade B on them. So I'm like, that's probably why, but like some of these strawberries taste like mold. Like, what are you flipping supposed to do? Why would anyone even buy them? Like, put them in a pie? You know, zesty is a Greek word. I learned that recently. I think it means heat. Does zesty in Greek mean heat?
Yes, that's correct. In Greek, the word zesty does mean heat or warmth. It comes from the ancient Greek word zeo, which means to boil or to seethe, which makes perfect sense when you think about the intense sensation of heat. You might hear it used in everyday phrases like kane zesty, which means it is hot. Is there another Greek word you're curious about?
Oh, so zesty means heat or hot. So he's saying, you're hot, I'm leaving. Okay, bye, Jordan's good. Have a good day. I'm really sad to have to eat this bag of strawberries. Feels like a punishment. Hello, Com Sigma. For me, it's 11:19 p.m. And Florida's what, 3 hours ahead from that? Is it 2:10? Is it, or 2:19 where you are, Sean? Chemi Sigma 67. Hello, hi. How are you? These strawberries are a challenge. I actually am thinking of like calling the number from the package and being like, hey, why do these taste so terrible? The ones from Walmart, I've never had a complaint. I've never been like, oh, weird. This bag, I'm like, that's crazy. I bought a bag of frozen strawberries from Save On Foods, and I think it's like the Save On Food brand. It's like the sliced strawberries or whatever. It's like not perfect or something like that. I can't remember what was on the bag. It was like something odd. But it was also saying grade B. Are they meant to be allowed to be disgusting?
It's completely understandable to be concerned when you see a label like grade B, but it definitely doesn't mean the fruit is meant to be poor quality or disgusting. In the produce industry, grading systems are usually based on appearance, uniformity, and size, rather than safety or taste. Grade A strawberries, for example, are typically uniform in size and perfectly shaped, while grade B or choice strawberries might be misshapen, have minor blemishes, or vary in size, but they are still perfectly safe and nutritious. These lower grade berries are often perfectly fine for things like smoothies, baking, or making jams where appearance doesn't matter. Have you tried using them yet, or are you hesitant to open the bag?
I'm eating them frozen. Neha Sharma, H6N3P. Hello. Oh my gosh, that is such a gross strawberry. No, weird. Anyway, where are you? I'm in Canada. Where are you? Sean's from Florida. I don't know where Com Sigma is from. Oh, you're from a flag. You're from India. Neha. Hello. So, Sean, what time is it where you are? Did you ever say? I don't think so. I think it's 3 hours ahead. And Neha, what time is it where you are? What time is it? I don't even want to touch these. I'm going to use a fork. It's terrible. Terrible indeed. Tell me something about me. I'm making a live stream. Tell me something about me. Um, Something about me. I secretly want to cosplay. I really, 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 really would like to cosplay. I don't know what I would do, but I really want to like. Do I know Hindi? Larky and Larka. Have you ever seen this dancing before? It's so crazy. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. Do do do. Oh, thanks, Niha.
Collapsed, it felt like the end of the world. But it didn't fade slowly, it snapped apart.
Not really.
Rome took centuries to die. The Maya vanished over generations. But Egypt's first empire shattered in just 20 years, as 18 rulers tore through the throne. For 500 years before that, Egypt had almost been untouchable. The Nile fed the people, the elites drowned in wealth. The pharaoh wasn't just a ruler, he was a living god. Until the Nile failed, and the people who once worshipped their rulers started to turn on them instead. Because the fastest way to destroy a god is to let people watch it fail. Chapter 1. The Arrogance of the Machine. In the ancient world, the fatal flaw of every power was hubris. When times were good in Egypt's old kingdom, confidence flowed like the plentiful beer that the laborers drank when building the pyramids. But with confidence often came an arrogance and vanity that said we and we alone are God's chosen people. That said, the good times will never end. Through ingenuity and industry, nature bent to Egyptian will. At the very center of all this hubris were the kings, pharaohs who told their people that they weren't just representatives of gods, they were living gods, the rulers of the universe. They had created one of the greatest civilizations in history. They built towering pyramids, incredible works of engineering that were testament to their brilliance. The Old Kingdom, from 2700 BC to 2200 BC, was evidence in itself that God could take human form. For many of those years, it was a time of peace and prosperity, when even the poor had food on their tables. But in their arrogance, the Egyptian royals overlooked the sheer unpredictability of the environment they thought they controlled. This was a kingdom built around a single point of failure. Every year, the great river Nile flooded the plains. The fertile soil created an abundance of crops, a food supply that year after year was enough to feed the populace. It was a perfect system. For the masses, the kings delivered on their promise to provide for all. But when things started to...
Not for me. I'm already trying to learn Greek right now. There you go. There's something about me. I'm trying to learn Greek. I got to use it earlier. Someone called me zesty, and in Greek that means hot. But they didn't. I don't think they meant it in Greek. Oh. Mm-hmm.
wrong. When recorded flood levels became lower year after year, the kings had no answers. Without solutions, their power began to fade. The people lost faith in the system that they'd spent all their lives.
Thank you for bringing that up. Actually, Antoine 47, you are correct. I do need a haircut, and I'm probably gonna do it on a live stream. I'll probably do it myself because there's this guy. He's a YouTuber, and he does self haircuts, and I tried it before, so I have like a little bit of practice. But if I don't like how I cut my hair, then I just end up shaving it all off. Because it's just like, it's just going to grow in anyway. Aw, Anton. Blueberries. Frozen blueberries. They were strawberries, but now I'm down to the blueberries. It looks okay when I style it.
All wealth flowed upward and stopped at the pharaohs. Governing from Memphis, the capital on the banks of the Nile, their power was absolute. When the pharaoh walked outside of his palace, officials throw themselves at his feet. He was treated like a deity on the earth. Below the mighty royal central bureaucracy, a small elite of literate officials who managed the kingdom. Some were great scribes who used hieroglyphics to write administrative records and stories of suffering and heroism. High officials lived on estates granted by the king, but in theory he owned everything. Every village and town scattered across the 42 provinces, or nomes, where the populace farmed the land. The officials died, their estates reverted back to the crown. The old kingdom did not run on a true monetary system. Farmers paid estate.
Ricky02015, that's a great question. How do I practice gratitude? I guess mostly through thankfulness, like just being thankful, like it's an attitude, like a feeling, like I'm glad I can have these blueberries. You know what I mean? Yeah, gratitude. There probably are more ways to show gratitude. I mean, there's so much gratitude even in my room. Like a windows open a little bit. I put up a screen that I built. I put some sticky stuff around the edge. I put the netting, and the Velcro on this part. I have my fan in here. It's blowing around. Yeah. So it was like an attitude of gratitude. Mm.
The system was rigged. All wealth, food, and labor flowed uphill to a single man in Memphis, and everyone else survived on what trickled down. The rich displayed their status through imported luxuries in what for a long time seemed like an unbreakable hierarchical system. At the bottom were the masses, the ordinary laborers, illiterate, and all at the mercy of the crown. These people made up perhaps 90%
Where are you
of
from,
the
Ricky?
populace. They spent their lives sacrificing their labor for the great kingdom, and they were paid in food and shelter and goods. They had built the pyramids, the palaces, the temples, the roadworks and dams. They fought in military campaigns in Nubia or in North Africa, and they did it because they knew they stood at the center of something immense. Their kingdom was home to the most advanced people on earth, a civilization that for centuries was too powerful for any foreign invader to conquer. As long as the floods came, the land stayed green, the monuments rose, and the divine order endured. In effect, this was an entire economy that relied on the weather. All that wealth was highly concentrated into a small family.
Okay. New Delhi, that's in India, right?
Kings who, instead of building larger state granaries for times of famine, built colossal monuments to their own egos. Men buried with riches for the afterlife, some even entombed alongside sacrificial officials and servants. But for as long as the royals delivered on their promises, the wheels of this all-for-one system kept turning. The kingdom had been so perfectly engineered for success that its rulers had almost no continuous.
Why is it just too hot?
They soon discovered to their abject horror that men cannot control nature. Chapter 2, the geographic page. The world's climate changes. We understand that today, but during the Old Kingdom, neither king or governor nor wise scribe understood the perilous nature of regional climate shifts or their effect on the Nile's
something to do.
Within their bottomless arrogance, the kings believed that when they died, they journeyed across the heavens with the creator of all life, the sun god Ra. By extension, Egyptian royalty was seen as being balanced with the natural order, but in reality, the kings had no control over the sky or the river. For centuries, it was a near perfect relationship between man and nature. Then the river simply stopped running. The king had no answers. At first, the change was subtle. The floodwaters gradually began to fall, measured by officials in Nilometers. Around 3,000
what time is it where you are? Okay. I guess I can check myself too.
Great pyramids were no longer raised. Vast temple projects slowed or stopped entirely. As the climate became more arid, vegetation retreated. Some plant life disappeared as sand dunes crept closer to human settlements. The governors of the 42 provinces, the nomarchs, grew in power as people lost faith in the centralized state. Regional magistrates and judges imposed their own authority. Wealthy priests started to give their support to local rulers, not the pharaoh and his government in Memphis. In what became a violent struggle for survival, ordinary people no longer turned to their divine king for salvation. They turned to whoever had the food. They called upon the governors, not their almighty king, to get them out of what had become a life or death crisis. As the people saw it, famine was a direct result of divine anger. If the kings were in touch with the divine, then the land becoming infertile had to be the king's fault. But he had no answers to the horror that had beset his people. Records show there were relief measures to distribute grain in times of crisis, but the king made appeals to the gods for help. When it didn't come, he had faith in the eyes of his people. There were many kings during the 500 years of the Old Kingdom, perhaps 25 to 30 in total, but it was the rulers of the 4th dynasty who became the ultimate symbol of Egyptian power, raising the greatest pyramids ever built. But by the 6th dynasty, 2345 BC to 2181 BC, these monuments of human ingenuity were reminders of greatness that had long passed. The crisis of the Old Kingdom peaked through a period of violent political upheaval. Hitti II, the final major king of the 6th dynasty, ruled Egypt for 90 years. By the time he died at 94, the bloody catastrophe was already unfolding. The illusion of his divinity was entirely gone. His sons and daughters had grown old waiting for the throne, and the second he died, the starving masses ripped his tomb apart and took everything, even his mummy. The temple of his father, Pagan I, was burned to the ground. His entire family was hated. In the vacuum of his death, the kingdom fractured. Within the next 20 years, 18 different rulers tore through the throne in rapid succession. But by then, the centralized power of the pharaoh in Memphis was already a ghost. Real authority now belongs to local nomarchs, making their own rules. These governors became hereditary, creating powerful dynasties that claimed to be great chieftains. They were leaders who fought against other provinces, beckoning a state of almost constant civil wars. Evidence of such mass bloodshed exists in a tomb archaeologists later unearthed. Egyptians were usually buried alone or with close family, but this mass grave of late Old Kingdom mummies contained 60. Okay, what's happening? Richie Rich. Okay. Speak Hindi as you know. Oh, I don't know. All I know is those two words. Tracks 256. I'm really kind of bored, I guess. Hey, Leo. What is what? What is it? Niha, I'm a slow learner for languages. It would not be worth it. I would have to start practicing first. But for now, I am leaving the stream. I'll do like my teeth brushing stream, and then there's my sleep stream. And yeah. Oh, anthocyanin. Oh. It's what makes the strawberry red. It's like a healthy thing. It's an anthocyanin is a natural plant pigment responsible for giving the fruit its vibrant red color. Yeah, it belongs to a class of water-soluble compounds called flavonoids. When a strawberry ripens, it rapidly synthesizes these pigments, shifting from green to white and finally to its bright red. When you meet someone for the first time and say, Ki hal hai mater. I don't know how to say it. Okay, nice. So yeah, I finished my berries. Looks so different. I usually buy Great Value brand. These are from Save on Foods, these ones. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, in about an hour or so, I'll do like my toothbrush one and my sleep stream. So, yeah. I'll speak English probably. Niha. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you. Yeah, especially thank you for commenting because it gives me something to work with. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you in my next stream because it's just convenient. It's just like I can sit on my bed and it's in the corner. I can put my head back and it's just like I can go like this, but then it's like I don't know. It's flat. And when I play VR, if I move my hand to the left, bam, I'm hitting the wall like right away. So if I go in the corner, then I have like the broad
spectrum of arm movement. So that's the little secret. Thank you for joining. See you soon. Bye.